Welcome to English Odyssey. Get ready, everyone, because this story will take you on an exciting adventure. Let the story begin. Many people around the world look at the Vatican. The Vatican is a very important place for the Catholic Church. It is in Rome, Italy. People are waiting for big news. They want to know who the new Pope will be. A Pope is the leader of the Catholic Church. The old Pope, Pope Francis, passed away earlier in the month. And now leaders of the church called cardinals are meeting. They meet in a special place called the Sign Chapel. They pray and talk. Then they vote for the new pope. This meeting is called a conclave. The cardinals vote in secret when they choose a new pope. They send a signal. They burn special papers. If the smoke from the chimney is black, it means they have not chosen a pope yet. If the smoke is white, it means habis papam. This is Latin, and it means we have a pope on the evening of May 8th, 2025. White smoke came from the chimney of the Sign Chapel. This was the signal everyone was waiting for in St. Peter's Square. Many thousands of people were waiting. St. Peter's Square is a very big open area in front of St. Peter's Basilica, a large church in the Vatican. When people saw the white smoke, they started to cheer. They were very happy and excited. They came from many different countries. They waved flags. The sounds of joy filled the big square. Everyone looked at the central balcony of St. Peter's Basilica. They waited to see the new pope. Soon a cardinal named Dominique Mamberty came out onto the balcony. He spoke to the crowd. He announced the name of the new pope. He said that Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost was the new pope. Cardinal Prevost chose the name Pope Leo XIV. This was a very important moment, Pope Leo. But the 14th is 69 years old. He is from the United States of America. This is special because he is the first pope from America. He is also the first pope from the Order of St. Augustine. After the announcement, the new Pope, Leo the 14th, came onto the balcony. He looked at the crowd in St. Peter's Square. He bowed his head to pray. Before he came out, he prayed with the other cardinals in the Sign Chapel. Now on the balcony, he gave his first blessing. This blessing is called Urbi. Orbi, it means to the city and to the world. He spoke in Italian and Spanish. He gave the blessing in Latin, like other popes before him. People listened carefully to his first words as pope. The world was watching this new leader of the Catholic Church, the man from Chicago. Robert Francis Prevost was born in Chicago, Illinois, on September 14th, 1955. His family called him Bob or Rob. His father was Louis Marius Prevost. He was a U.S. Navy veteran from World War II. And later a school superintendent. His father's family came from Italy. And Franz Robert's mother was Mildred Fost. Her family name was Martinez. She was a librarian. Her parents were Louisiana Creoles with family from Africa. France and Spain. Robert had two older brothers, Louis and John. Robert grew up in Dalton, Illinois. This town is near the south side of Chicago. As a boy, he was an altar server at St. Mary of the Assumption Church. This means he helped the priest during church services even when he was young. Robert felt a strong wish to serve God. His brother John said that Robert wanted to be a priest from a very young age. This feeling stayed with him as he grew older. For high school, Robert went to St. Augustine Seminary High School. It was in Holland, Michigan. A seminary is a school for young men who are thinking about becoming priests. He finished high school in 1973. Robert was a very good student. He was on the honor roll and received a special letter for his good work. He was also editor of the school yearbook. And on the student council after high school, he went to Villanova University. In 1977, he got a Bachelor of Science degree in mathematics. After university, Robert decided to join the Order of St. Augustine. These are priests and brothers who follow the teachings of St. Augustine. In September 1977, he became a novice. This is the first step to joining the order he lived in. St. Louis, Missouri, he took his first religious promises, called vows, in 1978. Then in August 1981, he took his solemn vows. This meant he was fully part of the Augustinian order. Robert studied more to become a priest. He went to the Catholic Theological Union in Chicago. He received a Master of Divinity degree in 1982. During these studies, he also taught physics and math at a high school in Chicago. On June 19, 1982, Robert Prevost was ordained a priest in Rome. After becoming a priest, he continued his studies in Rome. He studied a special type of church law called canon law. He earned 2 more degrees there in canon law, 3 serving in Peru. Robert Prevost became a priest in 1982. Soon after this, he made a big move. He went to Peru. Peru is a country in South America. He went there to be a missionary. A missionary is a person who goes to another country to tell people about their religion and to help them. His first time in Peru was from 1985 to 1986. He worked in a place called Chulucanas. He helped the church there. After some time, he went back to Peru in 1988. This time, he stayed for 10 years until 1998. During these years, he did many important jobs. He was a pastor in a parish. This means he was like the main priest for a local church community. He helped people in small towns. He also worked for the local church area called a diocese. Robert Prevost was also a teacher in Peru. He taught at a school for priests called a seminary. He was in charge of the Augustinian seminary in a city called Trujillo. He taught a subject called canon law. Canon law is the set of rules for the Catholic Church. He was also in charge of studies for the priests in training. He even worked as a judge for church matters in the area, and he led a church group in a part of Trujillo City. He helped many people learn and grow in their faith after his time teaching and helping in local parishes. Robert Prevost took on a bigger role. He became a leader for the Augustinian order. This is the religious group he belonged to. First, he was a leader for the Augustinians in the Chicago area in 1999. Then in 2001, he was chosen to be the Prior General. This meant he was the main leader for all Augustinians around the world. He did this important job for 12 years, until 2013. 2013, as Prior General, he travelled to many countries. He visited Augustinians and helped guide their work. After leading the Augustinians, he returned to work in Chicago for a short time, but Pope Francis had another plan for him in 2014. Pope Francis asked Robert Prevost to go back to Peru. This time he was asked to be a leader in the Diocese of Chiclo. First, he was an apostolic administrator. This is like a temporary manager for the diocese. Then in 2015, he officially became the Bishop of Chiclayo before becoming a bishop. There he also became a citizen of Peru. This showed his commitment to the people and the country as Bishop of Chiclo. He led the church in that area until 2023. He worked hard to help the community under his leadership. The church in Chiclo started more programs to help people. They helped people who were poor. They also helped migrants. Migrants are people who move from their home country to a new country. Bishop Fast and his diocese gave special help to refugees from Venezuela. Refugees are people who have to leave their country because of big problems like war or danger, while he helped people. In these ways, he also made sure the church followed its important teachings and rules. He cared for the people of Chicle for many years for a rising star in Rome. Robert Fast was a bishop in Peru for many years. But people in Rome at the Vatican started to know him more. The Vatican is the center of the Catholic Church. It is a very important place. Pope Francis saw that Bishop Fast was a good leader. He knew Vost worked hard and understood the church well. So Pope Francis decided to give him new and important jobs in Rome. This was a big change for Bishop Fast. He would move from Peru to work very close to the Pope. Robert Fast's hard work and good leadership were noticed. In January 2023, Pope Francis called him to Rome. The Pope gave him a very important job. Bishop Fast became the prefect of the dicastery for bishops. A dicastery is like a big office in the Vatican. The dicastery for bishops is a very important one. Its main work is to help the Pope choose new bishops all over the world. Bishops are important leaders in the church in different countries and cities, so Bishop Fast helped Pope Francis find good priests to become new bishops. This work meant he learned a lot about the church in many places. Being prefect of the dicastery for bishops was not his only new job. Pope Francis also made him the president of the Pontifical Commission for Latin America. This group helps the church in Latin American countries. Robert Post knew Latin America very well because he lived in Peru for a long time. He also helped Pope Francis with changes in the Vatican. Pope Francis wanted to make the Vatican work better. This was called Curia reform. Robert Fast was part of these efforts to improve how the Vatican served the church around the world. His experience was very useful because of his important work. Pope Francis decided to make Robert Fast a cardinal. This happened in the same year. 2023 cardinals are senior leaders in the Catholic Church. They often advise the Pope. They also have a very special job. When a Pope dies, the cardinals meet to choose the new Pope. When Pope Francis made him a cardinal, it showed that Robert Fast was a very respected and important person in the church. He became Cardinal Provost. This was a great honor. Many people saw Cardinal Provost as someone who supported Pope Francis and his ideas. He worked closely with Pope Francis on important tasks like choosing bishops and reforming the Vatican. He understood what Pope Francis wanted for the church. He was known as a person who could bring different people together. Some said he was like a bridge between different groups in the church. His work in Rome made him a rising star, and people started to see him as a future leader. 5. The surprise election early in May 2025, Pope Francis passed away. This was a sad time. The church needed a new leader. Soon the cardinals started an important meeting called a conclave. Their main job was to choose the new pope. This is an old tradition. About 120 cardinals came from around the world to Vatican City. They met in the famous Sistine Chapel. The doors were locked. The meeting was secret. Nobody outside knew what was happening. Inside, the cardinals prayed for help to choose the right person for 3 days. They talked, and then they voted. They did this several times. Each cardinal secretly wrote a name on paper after each vote. The papers were counted. It was a hard decision. Many people thought the vote would be close. A cardinal, Robert Fast, was one of the cardinals, but not many people expected him to become pope. He was a surprise choice. Some thought he would continue Pope Francis's work. Others believed he was a good choice for different groups to agree on reports. Said cardinals with different ideas supported him. Finally, on May 8th, the cardinals made their choice. This was after the fourth vote. They had a new pope. People waited outside in St. Peter's Square. They looked at the Sistine Chapel. Suddenly they saw white smoke from a chimney on the roof. White smoke is a special signal. It means we have a new pope. Black smoke means no pope. Yet when people saw the white smoke, they were very happy. They cheered and waited for the news. Soon Cardinal Dominic Mambati came to the main balcony of St. Peter's Basilica. He announced the news with the Latin words papam. This means we have a pope. Then he told the crowd the new pope's name, Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost. He also said the pope's new name, Pope Leo XIV. Cardinal Prevost was 69 years old. He was the first pope born in the United States. He was also the first pope from the Order of St. Augustine, a religious group. Before he came out, Pope Leo XIV prayed in the Sion Chapel. He then hugged the other cardinals. They wished him well after this. Pope Leo I walked onto the balcony. He looked at the thousands of people there. He gave his first blessing. This blessing is for Rome and the world. It is called the Herbet Orb blessing. He spoke his first words in Italian and Spanish. He gave the blessing in Latin. This followed tradition. The election was a surprise for many, but it was a new start for the Catholic Church. What he believes, Pope Leo XIV has his own ideas about the Church and its work. Many people see him as someone who is in the middle. He can help different groups in the Church to understand each other. For him, faith is the most important thing he believes. It is more important than just running the Church like a business. He wants to share the joy of knowing Jesus with everyone. When it comes to church rules, Pope Leo XIV respects the old traditions. He follows many of these teachings. He is not likely to make big changes to these important rules. He thinks keeping these traditions is good. At the same time, he knows the world is changing. He tries to balance respecting old ways with understanding people today. What are his thoughts about women in the Church? Pope Leo XIV has clear views. He does not support women becoming priests. He also does not think women should be deacons. A deacon is a special helper in the Church. He believes making women deacons might not fix any problems and could even create new ones. However, he has also said that when women help make important decisions in the Vatican, they can bring fresh and useful ideas. Pope Leo XIV cares a lot about big problems in our world. He wants to help people who are poor. When he was a bishop in Peru, he helped many refugees from Venezuela. These people often arrived with very little money. He thinks it is important to support those who are in need. He also speaks up for people who move to new countries. These are immigrants in the past. He said that some government rules about immigration were not fair. He believes everyone should be treated with kindness. Taking care of our earth is another important belief. For Pope Leo XIV, he agrees with Pope Francis that we must protect our planet. He said that humans are in charge of nature, but we should not be cruel or careless. We have a duty to look after the earth for the future. Pope Leo XIV also has views on LGBTQ+ people. These views are based on traditional church teaching. Some years ago, he said he did not agree with gender ideology. He also spoke about not wanting to support a homosexual lifestyle. He was not sure about giving blessings to same-sex couples. He thought church leaders in different countries should think about this for their own places. He has said that God does not bless actions that are sins. These words make some people worried, but other people say, Pope Leo XIV still wants to be a kind pastor. To all people, they say, he has never said that gay people should be hurt or punished. This is a big topic for the Church. Many people have strong ideas about it. Pope Leo XIV will need to guide the Church with care on these matters. 7 hopes and worries. Many people around the world felt happy when Pope Leo XIV was chosen. Catholics and also leaders of different countries sent messages of congratulations. The President of the United States welcomed the new Pope in Latin America, where Pope Leo XIV worked for many years. People were especially pleased. Bishops from Argentina and Peru said they felt proud. The President of Mexico called him a brother in the faith. European leaders also offered good wishes. In Africa and Asia, church members said they would pray for their new leader in Rome. Thousands of people gathered in St. Peter's Square churches held special services to celebrate supporters of the new Pope, say he has a lot of experience and understands different views. They praise his work, helping poor people. Many hope he will continue the work of Pope Francis. This includes caring for the earth and working for fairness for everyone. Some bishops in the United States believe he will focus on these important issues. However, some people and groups have worries. Pope Leo XIV has traditional ideas about some church rules and teachings. For instance, he has said he does not agree with women becoming priests. His ideas on other important social topics also follow traditional church teachings. While these ideas are familiar, some Catholics were hoping for more modern changes. Some Catholics who want more changes and groups that support LGBTQ+ people are paying close attention. They remember some of his past statements. They worry that he might not make the church as welcoming as they wish. People who want women to have bigger roles in the church share these concerns. It is interesting that some Catholics who like old traditions are also not completely happy. They had hoped for a pope with even more traditional ideas. Pope Leo XIV faces a very big task. The Catholic Church includes many diverse people with different opinions. His job will be to act like a bridge and try to unite them. He speaks several languages and has experience working in various countries. This background could help him understand people from all parts of the world. Many see him as a pope who can connect different groups within the church. There are also old, difficult problems he must deal with. A very serious one is the abuse scandal that has hurt many people. The church must handle this with great care and honesty. Pope Leo XIV will need to prove he is committed to protecting everyone. He must also show he will take action against those who have done wrong. When he was a bishop in Peru, he took steps to prevent abuse, but as Pope, victims and their families will expect him to continue this work strongly. This is a major challenge for the new leader of the Catholic Church. 8. A new time for the Church. It is a very important time because Pope Leo I is the first pope from the United States. This is a big change for the Catholic Church. It shows that the Western Hemisphere, which includes North and South America, has a strong voice in the Church. Now, the United States has the 4th largest number of Catholics in the world, so an American pope is a big event. He is the first pope who is a US citizen and the first one born after the Second World War. This makes his new role special. Many people wonder how Pope Leo XIV will light. He is often called a bridge lighter. This means he might help connect different groups in the church who have different ideas. He has experience from his time in Latin America, and he understands Pope Francis's work. He also speaks 5 languages, which helps him communicate with many people. It is thought he will continue to focus on helping poor people and caring for the earth. He also has experience talking with people from other religions, which is important for peace. He might bring a practical American style to his work with world leaders and talk about global unity and helping with money problems. Pope Leo XIV will try to keep important old traditions, but also look at today's world. He supports many traditional church teachings. For example, he does not agree with women becoming priests and has clear views on family life. This means he will continue many of the church's long-held beliefs. Some think he will focus more on keeping things steady rather than making big new changes. However, he also wants to be a pastor who cares for everyone for difficult topics like how the church includes LGBTQ+ people or the role of women. He will need to find a balance. He must also continue the serious work of dealing with past abuse problems in the church and protecting people with Pope Leo I. The church begins a new chapter in its long 2,000-year history. He is an American, but he has also worked in other parts of the world. People will watch closely to see how he leads. He will need to guide a very large and diverse church, trying to bring people together while respecting old ways and understanding new challenges. What do you think will be the most important task for Pope Leo XIV, as he begins to lead the church? Hey there, just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like. Write your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you. Thanks for sticking around till the end of the story. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss a new story. Have a wonderful day. Take care, and see you next time.